gross, you know? What was it like when you guys first got your costumes, you put it in, that moment, you know, alone in the room, you looked in the mirror. What was that moment like for you guys? Like, what did you do? You're like, I'm gonna start doing stuff to get the character. I mean, did you try to run in yours? I mean,
yeah, I tried to run. It's like, my childhood is now like a real thing, you know what I mean? Like Halloween is actually like for real now. I'm getting paid to do this? Like, it's crazy. Yeah, it's also like that, and then it's trying to find like room for your nuts in the costume. And you get comfortable and like also like.
I didn't have that problem.
You know?
I was like, there's so much room in here.
They didn't put the cup in yours, but they had the cup and the tights in mine. It was like, yeah.
No, Anthony's are like M&M's.
No. Trying to help them out.
It's like M&M's and one of these.
Well, I actually have a question for those guys. How long does it take you to pee when you when you're wearing the costume?
If we can pee successfully, we'll find that it happens because that doesn't always happen.
Wow.
Okay.
It takes...
So if it goes right, it takes a minute.
If it goes right.
So wait, don't they have to sew you in?
Literally.
I got sewn into the suit 3 times the other day. Once up the back, twice there, and then the cock zip split.
Oh, you do have a zip.
Which was interesting.
Yeah.
On a 17-hour day. It was great. But yeah, no, it's challenging.
Yes.
And there's been multiple occasions when I've come back to the lovely girls that take care of us and said, "You've got urine to clean up."
Oh my God!
Oh, we've had a spill. It's fucking hard.
that's a great
I'm on this angle. I'm like this to try and pee.
Turns out superheroes pee in their suits.
Yeah.
I want to jump ahead for a question on you anyways. Let's just let this
clean this
There's
up.
something, I'm not going to tell who does this to you, but there's a certain scene when someone has their fingers in your mouth. So I just want to ask, what was that? What was the first words that came out when cut came after that? I'm not going to give away who or what the scene was about, but there was
I'll just tell you, the person and I giggled and then looked at each other and went, oh. Like, that's pretty weird. And then we met after set and was like, how weird was it? I said, hey, come here. You know, it was very strange, actually.
and then you had 2 different costumes essentially too. So
Yeah, that's right.
how was your costumes and your fittings things together?
It was interesting to go from one costume to the next because they both feel really different. They feel as different as they look. I will just say that, contrary to what you think, the second costume, Sorry, I got
I'm just trying a guy. Sorry.
Just a guy.
This is brain on a paper. But the second costume has a lot less material to it, as you saw.
Yeah.
And that just automatically makes it more comfortable because, you know, the peeing thing is a thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's a thing. And I had to perform some acrobatics in that first outfit it was a learning process, and I had many moments where I had to go up to like the wardrobe ladies and be like, look, the good news is that pee is sterile.
Right.
Is it though?
Yeah,
it is.
It's sterile, you know, so technically
That doesn't mean
dirty.
it's multi-usable.
Okay, but I'm just
That
saying,
doesn't mean
it
clean
just,
ones
like,
with
makes it a
waste.
little bit
You're
more-
technically supposed to pee on your feet in the shower.
What?
You're supposed to pee on your feet in
I'm
the
sorry,
shower.
I've never.
Yeah, it kills athlete's foot.
Taking that.
It killed.
It kills athlete's foot.
Well.
It's
okay.
true. And if you get stung by a jellyfish,
That's what I
you
was
gotta get
just
someone
saying.
to pee on you.
Pee on it.
I know about jellyfish.
So the lesson is
He keeps trying to get the interview off pee.
no.
It's not gonna happen.
No.
Wait, is this the pee show?
Season 2, we need the more you know with the cast. This is where we'll come up with it too.
Exactly.
So let's talk about the boys themselves too. You know, what did you guys look at them? Like they get to run in costumes that help you get the anger and the angst to get into the character, or were you guys just happy to be in your own clothes,
So
to
happy.
be in your own
So happy.
characters?
I mean, my goal was just to never complain about like the heat because of my jacket if any of the soups were around me. Like Anthony has a full-on cooling like tank that you have to
He
walk
does.
around with, and I can't just.
Sure do.
If I ever had a scene with him, I couldn't just be like, oh man, it's so hot today. Like that was my one goal, was to not complain around soups.
Oh, see, I made that a point.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you would.
Oh my
It's true, he did.
How
You
hot is
would.
it?
Anything going wrong for me, you tended to giggle at.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
I don't know.
But
I think
street clothes.
I think the
Yeah, that's
boys
fair
go
enough,
cool
yeah.
as fuck. I mean,
Yeah.
we each one of us have like
great costume.
Yeah.
You look cool.
Yeah.
You look cool as
Yeah.
fuck.
Cool too, man.
Okay, I think you beat me a little bit.
Well, he's the only one with a good relationship putting through part of it, I guess, in some way. So that's how it works out for him. Now, speaking of relationship, now how did you guys work out before? Because essentially, you guys are always kind of opposites of your personalities too, right? So did you guys like hang out before, or you just kind of went into it with the script and how you two work together?
We had like a little rehearsal with Eric, and then we got a beer together at a place in Toronto called
Tiki bar.
No, it was called it was a place called. Hold on. It was a place called Tiki bar. It was a place called the Dog's Bollocks, which it's just a place I just saw while I was walking, and I was like, this is the most butcher sounding bar ever. So we went there, and we just started bonding. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun, and we did have a few tiki bar Hawaiian nights.
Yes. Yeah.
With all of us.
Oh, with like
We got there.
That's true. We got like drinks out of pineapple situation. That was really special.
We pretty quickly established we're the best coffee martinis.
Oh,
Espresso martinis.
yes, we
So
did.
there's a Yelp guide to come out as well, then apparently from you guys. You guys
Oh, no, legitimately, we could provide a Yelp guide.
The Boys Guide to Toronto.
Boys got
We could do it.
That's fantastic.
It's
So-
just Bar Revol.
Honestly.
It's just that's all we got. Yeah.
Yes.
Tiki bar.
So when it came to this show itself, how do you explain it? I guess to people when they see the trailer and they expect to be like it's superheroes in it. You're like, well, it's not. There's this, but it's not like that either. Because this thing does go through a lot. Not only that, but we have so many changes in character and good and bad and the definition of that sometimes too. So like how do you guys explain the film? The
I think
show?
it works on a multitude of levels. On one part, it is a show about the average Joes, just blue collar guys taking on the man, taking on the most elite, super powerful,
Right.
and to me that is infinitely appealing and interesting. I mean, how do you do that?
Right.
And it's a show about. It's irreverent. It's funny. It's got conflict. And dark humor, and it's like you see shit on the show that you won't see on any other TV show.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. It's based on the fact of what the world we are now, because we are such a corporatized world already now.
Yeah.
That if this was something, it would just be ingrained in automatically. It's just where we would be too. And I even laughed because I read a story recently. There's a new energy drink called A-Shock coming out, and I was like,
Oh, no way. No way.
It would be happening already. That's gonna way it's gonna work.
Nice.
With these superpowers, I always ask. It's funny. Did they ever actually look at you run to make sure like you run? You have like a weird run team.
No.
Or you swim. You can swim even. I mean, for the
What
team.
if I had like a
so-
stupid run? Then what?
What if you ran weird?
What if you're like afraid of water? Then what? Like what happens?
As a matter of fact, I distinctly remember watching the first time he ran on camera and being like, oh, thank God. We were behind Video Village because it occurred to us that we never tested it. Like, oh, God.
Oh,
Forrest Gump would have been a
Jesus, I
different
hope
movie.
that guy can run. Like running, by the way, running on camera is hard. Not everyone can do it. Some people are just like flailing all over the place. And no, he's a good runner. Thank God.
Well, one of the great things about this too is there's a very even. I hope you guys feel this too. I feel like there's a very even keel to all the characters getting their own backstories. And it's one of the things I like about this show. Everyone gets their own kind of separate understanding. Sometimes you have to wait for like 8 seasons for that to happen, but there's like an evenness to it. Did you guys feel that when you first read the script?
No, 100%. Matter of fact, I mentioned it to Eric. It's like, a lot of shows that you're a part of, if you're not one or two, on the call sheet, you really don't expect to get a backstory. You're supporting the lead characters, but this is one of the exactly. This is one of those few rare, special, shows that everyone it truly feels like an ensemble. And we all get our backstories. told.
Which is particularly difficult, and a credit to you and the writing team, considering the cast is enormous.
Right.
So
Look at
many
this
people.
table.
So to cherry pick those moments and figure out what goes into them. I mean, hat off, I think, from all of us to these guys for coming up with such a great. I mean, Enough.
Right.
But you get my point.
He'll keep taking
Thank you.
Yeah. So,
I
you
feel
know,
like-
I guess we have to wrap up. I just want to let you guys know.
This is Jack's audition for the Joker.
Yeah. Here we
That's
are.
awesome.
Or Beastie Boy, perhaps.
Yeah, right.
Somebody.
Yeah.
It could be.
I'll color myself in green a little bit more. I'll get
Green
Beast Boy.
more too. Yeah, like
Yeah,
this. We look, where are we going? You actually created your own. Look here. So we can look at you.
Yeah.
Yours for the nose up is a different character. I feel when the mouth was put in, it's just like something different you were making.
This is the face I made.
We all have a face.
You all have a face
I
you
always
make? Yeah.
draw a specific
Why are
face.
all yours red-faced? Because they're angry?
Oh.
The sunscreen.
Why did you make Carl's beard extra long?
Because in my head, that's what he should be. If I was in charge of Carl, that's how you'd look daily. And you do this a lot.
And the rest of us would just have radiation poisoning.
Obviously, I'll be taking shares on the Sunbed company.
All right, gentlemen, well, the first scene is fantastic. I think everyone's going to love it. This is the place for it. This is a place where no one apologizes for what they love. So I think they're going to go full force into this. So I thank you very much. I thank you for coloring with us and having fun with us. And please sign your arts or work when you put some photo galleries up later. But thank you,
brother.
We'll hopefully talk to you season 2. Let's do it.
Fingers crossed.
Like,
Thanks, man.